Hello, welcome in. Welcome to VESL. It's Southeast today. $25,000 qualifier. My name is Anthony Mallon, joined by on the D-Lo. And as always, a big thank you to production Tepper Sports joining us today. D-Lo, we got Rocket League tonight for Southeast. And last week, Southeast, they were kicking.
Yeah, this is a region I have quite a fond spot in my heart for only after one day. That's all it took because there's such fantastic play here from such young rising stars. You love to see it. I mean, the esports scene's exploded so massively. You're seeing college offers being put on the backs of just their skills on the field alone. And after what we're going to see on the pitch here today, no one will be surprised by it.
No way at all. You know, the type of shots, to your point, the type of aerials, the type of team play, and the type of passing has all been immaculate. Up first, we got Havelock and Onslow EC. We're kicking off. Let's do it, D-Lo.
I've been looking forward to seeing Havelock back in action. Onslow, not a team that I actually got to cast for prior, but knowing that Chicken as well as Gangy are a great offensive core, and Luna's going to be probably hanging back to defensive rotation, but already a big demo. Going to take out Gangy, but Chicken going to follow it up. Already Havelock taking goals in spades.
We are on the board early, not even 20 seconds for the first goal to come out. And it felt like just a bit too much aggression for Onslow at the very start. They felt a little bit thrown off, a little bit trying to get it together, so to speak. So we'll see if this second kickoff works better. A lot of challenges right out the gate and a lot of physical play. We'll see how that works out for Onslow. Sometimes that can be just the thing to set up and to create opportunities to take shots.
Indeed, gonna have to see as we see them moving up off the wall here. Chicken to meet it. As the name goes, indeed not afraid to take wing and fly into the sky here. Havelock are going to be using that aerial advantage, and it's going to be up to Onslow to make sure they're ready to meet it, whether it be having enough boost in pocket and also the gumption to try their hand at soaring to the skies. Always a difficult decision to make here, but game one, always when you see these teams playing each other out. Nice shot there on goal from Onslow, but no follow-up, and someone ready to stop it. Could be troublesome here as Havelock looking for another one. Well, it can be denied.
The shots don't stop coming somehow. Onslow has managed to block them both. A chance at offense. It is slowed down here by Lunar, but can she continue to block? Not so far. Onslow again. Not done. To the top. Gangy trying to reset enough to get it clear, but is out of boost on the follow-up, which Onslow, who are all full up on boost, ready to take advantage of to get it out from that orange side of the pitch. Watch Chickeny, though, at midfield, ready to challenge with Solar Flare. It's not there. Instead, actually, it's falling apart. Almost good. Almost through, but unable to lock it down still.
So many shots lobbed at here by Toxic as well as the Chicken, but unfortunately not going to be able to find too much from it here. Now, goes for BDM, going to be trying to move it outside. Nice here, there, back to Lunar. But up above their head, Gangy's on the defense, though.
I love so far that Havelock's defense is continue to shoot on offense. It feels like Onslow have the same strategy, but the physicality is breaking them down just a little bit. And if Havelock cannot break through that, D-Lo, they can't find some way to separate themselves out, it will slow down the goals, and keeping it within one, that makes it possible. And C1 now going to go from the top, but Gangy gets control, will look to go from the corner and possibly pass out the Chicken from midfield, or maybe Gangy will just take it for themselves. They do get intercepted. Now Chickeny will have to fall back to the defense. It will work with Lunar. Maybe go from that corner. But the read so far from Onslow is good, but off the mark. Thankfully, Solar Flare is there.
I mean, you had a C1 having faith that Solar could follow it up should that 50-50 not work out. Try to take the chance. Didn't quite work out, but that's going to be okay if you can have that faith in your teammates and their ability to rise where you might fall. Gangy might be rising to the occasion for another goal. Onslow going to bat it away. A good clear. This defense holds strong, and like you said, keeping it within one margin after that 20-second initial burst of momentum. Havelock haven't been really showing much for it. Onslow can keep up this defense and find some opportunities of their own. Never mind. Chickeny gonna be putting up a second one here for Havelock. Sorry about that.
Look at that read too. Gangy set it up from the quarter. Chickeny saw the whole way through and never let go. Where Onslow, D-Lo, they were more trying to react a bit to sprint themselves there enough to challenge. They were so focused on the ball and catching up, they did not see the fallback at midfield. Now Onslow just trying to get on the board, do get aggressive quickly. Solar Flare setting up for midfield to go from this bounce off the crossbar, but the control is there from Chickeny. Is the match there from SC1? No, Genki gets back on top of it. Solar Flare to the corner, now trying to clear, gets beat out. It's going to cross in front again. I love this for Onslow, but they got to start turning these offensive plays into some kind of goal, because their defense can go offensive, aggressive so quick, Elo, but there's been no real true good shots on net.
They made a demo there, but just nothing much to show for it. They're trying to make a bunch of clips, but it's only from their defensive plays. Saves are nice, but goals are better. Chickeny gonna go for the hat trick. Go for the glory. Genki to follow it up as well. Flash. Havelock makes it 3.
What a gorgeous follow-up from Havelock. Chickeny just had so much space opened up, and Genki read it well. Sat back, and if Genki wasn't there, Lunar was going to get it through. That's a 3-0 lead now for Havelock. And Onslow, this is a tougher spot to be in. It's not impossible, and I'll say that anytime I see a lead like this with less than 1 minute to go. It's improbable, and you've got to make shots happen quickly. Instead, Genki's actually the one to get it close through. Lunar at midfield will get the interception. Now bring it up. But Matt, Onslow keeping it at 3 for now, but feels like too tall of a mountain.
Keeping it at 3 for now. So short time ago we were saying keeping it at 1 for now, and that felt manageable. Now 3-0 with only 30 seconds left remaining. Onslow can only hope to gather data and put themselves on the board before they inevitably fall down for this game 1. But not all is lost. Not all is to die for, at the very least, as long as they're not getting demoed like Solar Flare just did. But 10 seconds left on the clock. Onslow need to mount something to put themselves on the board.
I like what you said with gathering data, and you do have that. You do know the way Havelock is going to play this game is to constantly stay on that orange side and pressuring, shooting the shooter shot. Havelock do take game 1, but if Onslow could have looked enough, there's a lot there. There's a lot on the scoreboard that shows that 5 shots from Chickeny, 5 from Genki, and even 2 from Lunar, but the midfield presence from Lunar makes up for the lack of shots compared to her teammates. And Havelock, Elo, they just showed up so strong.
This is what we were talking about before the game even got started, is that Genki and Chickeny are a really good offensive core, and Onslow were putting some demos on there at points in the game, but it was never in a point where it really displaced the offense that Havelock were mounting. It was always at points that it was just a minor inconvenience rather than an actual threat to their ability to defend and also their ability to attack as well. Havelock were able to play their own game, and Onslow, despite having great defensive ability, defense can't win you much unless you're actually taking some steps outside the goal afterwards. I hope they learn from that game 1 here as we approach the next round. Big 50-50, Chickeny gonna win that one.
Havelock already have it aggressive on that Onslow side. Lunar with no boost is somehow holding control through Onslow. They do fight for it back. Chickeny a bit too quick off that midfield sidewall. Now we'll bring it towards the corner. Win out of the 50. Brings it down from the ceiling.
Oh!
What a first goal for Chickeny.
Dear God, beautiful, beautiful work there from Chickeny. Just absolutely bringing it down from the ceiling, from the window to the wall. Excellent work there by Havelock. Excellent work there by Chickeny. I mean, it was a first goal for them game 1, first goal for them game 2. They're looking to keep that pattern rolling. 20 seconds into it, dang near the exact same pattern we saw before.
If the patterns continue, Havelock will continue shooting, and they won't allow Onslow any time on offense to mount any type of comeback. But the possibility will always be there, especially there has been some great shots from SC1 on cue almost, but Chickeny with the denial to keep it 1-0, at least for the moment. A new turnaround there from SC1. But the boost is denied, which sets up for Genki, who has some decent chances. It's a past 1. Can he get it past 2? No!
Was not quite able to beat the defense? No. Unfortunately there. Good blocks by Havelock, able to have the resources to boost back with the quickness, but now put in the corner. Chickeny, no slouch on defense either, and Genki's going to be there to support. Have to imagine Lunar's attack, trying to make sure that anything that approaches the goal can be in trouble. Now Chickeny, high, fancy flying moves, sets it up. It's centered, but bat away there by Solar Flare, and back on the side of Havelock.
Solar makes it work. The pinch off of the opponent to tie it up 1-1. Onslow will take that, anything to get on the board there. Solar, you had to imagine it was going to come eventually. There's been so much offense so far here in this game number 2 from Solar Flare in particular. Just saw the opportunity and was able to take advantage, as opposed to, just seeing it and forcing it to work. It actually kind of presented itself. But can they continue that? Yankee gets a pass 2, accidentally passed the 3rd from Onslow, but they do recover nicely. Yankee from midfield to Lunar. It was underneath it, and Onslow now can have a chance to break it back out.
But right now, Havelock's going to be putting on the breakout performance. Another brilliant shot here from Chickeny, loving these side angles. Not trying to approach, obviously, but BDM can't say the same. Absolutely high-flying action there. Soul Flare going to be able to knock that away. Once again, going to be challenged there by Solar Flare, but beat out from it. Chickeny puts it up, but unfortunately doesn't quite have the moves necessary.
A bit too much oomph on that one. Solar Flare with another play from midfield, denied by Chickeny. Chickeny through the sky, over the head of Solar Flare, down. SC1 with a chance to block. Good. Fighting for control, it's denied. Gengi too high up, now on the drop down and in to make it 2-1 for Havelock.
Those two, Chickeny and Gengi, form such a great duo. I gotta say it again because it's just gosh darn true. And Lunar Moon's doing their job as well on this defensive end and the follow-up when necessary. They picked up the goal as well in game 1, so the credit's gotta go where it's due. But it's just the issue that Onslow can't seem to make what's happening on their offense with 3 members that Havelock can do. And 2 is exactly the goal that we're looking to beat as far as Onslow has a bit more work to do to make sure they can get back on top much less time.
Sometimes you just get beat out on shots. Sometimes your net is just open. Sometimes Gengi makes it happen for Havelock. 3-1 now for the blue side of the pitch. And for Onslow, there is still enough good that we've seen in this game number 2 for me to have enough faith in Onslow for there to be a comeback that is mounted. It's just a matter of actually locking it down. Sometimes you just get beat out on 50. Sometimes the touches are just too good that you're going against. There's always opportunities to clean it up. It's just credit to Havelock for denying any opportunities to clean it up because you don't stop shooting. You don't let off the gas, and Onslow have really yet to figure out a way to slow it down. Even when they've tried to get physical, tried to make demos work, it's always denied.
Chickeny needs to be denied more often. Speaking of, driving into these corners and off the wall has been a common approach strategy. Onslow need to take them down before they take flight, much like Michael Jordan himself. You can't let them take to the air because at that point it's all too late. Speaking of, Chickeny, full boost on the marks here. Doesn't even need it though. Put up some fancy moves. Going to be put back on though by Onslow. They're trying to mount their own offensive and maybe shorten this gap just a little bit, I believe.
From the roof to the midfield, into the net, 4-1 for Havelock, trying to close out game number 2. The ball control that we're seeing from Gengi so far has just been undeniable in the face of Onslow. Definitely a standout member just in terms of, like I said, the control that we've seen in this game number 2.
Gengi oftentimes does seem to like to keep those wheels on the ground, and for good reason, able to really control the ball, like you said, Anthony, despite not even needing boost, and even so is perfectly capable of those same aerial tricks we've seen Chickeny pull off. And right there, you're going to be seeing one of those examples, but to be a nice, obvious drop shot, to the very least, Onslow takes that one away, but Gengi catches it so smoothly off that wall. He's there to support. The boost management of Havelock has been such an important part of their game. If you look at their numbers, almost always sporting a bit more fuel in the tank than Onslow, but Onslow, to their credit, not looking out of the tank as far as their energy and resolve go, but ooh, Solar Flare knocked out. Could be another attempt on goal, but blocked away.
BDM got one block, but you need a second block, and it's not there. Gengi makes it 5-1. And you can see it. You can see it just running out of people, running out of boost, the resources, the car power, just not there for Onslow, and Havelock able to take advantage. One thing they could work on, D-Lo, that I feel like you're definitely you're bringing attention to is if Onslow in game number 3, assuming they aren't able to mount a miracle comeback, if they can look to maybe commit 3 members onto full offense at all times, you may as well empty out that backfield and try to make something happen, because Havelock is just, they're answering the 2-person offense way too well when it's there.
I mean, call it car power, call it star power. Either way, Havelock seem to have the answer, and you might be right there, but at the same time, it's a risky endeavor, and Onslow seem to prefer playing it a bit safe. The one time that they did empty that goal, it was instantly met with a big shot by Gengi, another one put up there by Lunar Moon, trying to get some points up on the board as well. All my homies eat. But right now, Onslow starved a bit for goals as the ball stays on the ground and the game ends of play.
That's match point now for Havelock, and you see how they did it. Gengi, 4 goals, 6 shots. That's quite the rate there. And Chickadee and Lunar again still doing their part. I do want to point out the saves coming out from BDM with 3 and the rest of Onslow 2 apiece. So they are doing what they can. It's just when 10 fly your way and you block 8, it's still going to be 2-0. You know, it's simple math, and it's just very difficult to overcome. I do think there's a world where Onslow can pull it off. It's game 3 now. You can get the offense rolling early, you've got a chance.
There was a great quote from Margaret Thatcher, which is that we only need to be lucky once, you need to be lucky every time. And that's the issue here, is that every time Onslow puts up a defense, they are risking themselves. It's good if you can get it off, but at the end of the day, you want to put Havelock on the defensive end. Not something they've ever really been seeing. Havelock are not sweating, they are cool, they are calm, they are collected, they are soaring through the sky. Chickadee sets it up.
Oh, close there. A bit too much speed on the ball on its way down, which did send it out to the side. Now Onslow with a chance on offense to get it past Gengi, but Gengi with the denial, now running through, looking for that soft touch off the wall for midfield follow-up from Chickadee. Too much power yet again. Now BDM with a chance if he can bring it down from the ceiling. No, not there. Solar Flare, maybe the hero. Chickadee there. Gets back to midfield. Gengi has opportunity to pass or take the shot. Had enough boost. But instead, Onslow with a chance. On top, but not in. Lunar denies it for the moment. Chickadee with the 50. BDM goes too low. Havelock, D-Lo. You're not getting it past this defense. It's ironclad.
Look at the way Chickadee just floated down like Mary Poppins from the top with that ball in tow, and now the ball might just be sailing into the goal. Off the corner once again. Good setup there from Moon. Chickadee trying to soar to the sky, but getting met there by Onslow's defense. Gengi tries to follow up, but not going to succeed. Now, an open goal there. Chickadee flies in from that left side to save it. Another pot shot, though, this time stopped by Gengi.
If those shots could just be slightly more on target from Onslow, this would be a very different game we're looking at. Havelock looking for a soft touch that time to get it through. Copied by Onslow. That'll have a chance. It's close. Not on. Gengi now looking to get a pass midfield. Does get matched by BDM, who brings it high. It goes lower than Chickadee. There's a chance, but no. Chickadee stays with it, follows it to the corner. Solar Flare will pop it up, but watch out for Gengi and Lunar. They're set up and staggered, so no matter where that ball drops, there's somebody there for Havelock. Onslow learning just that. It's in front, but Chickadee not going to be there. But man, did Chickadee come in hot.
That was such a risky endeavor there from BDM, unfortunately whiffing there, not having the boost to really pursue that ball off the wall once that initial jump didn't get them to reach. But now Onslow trying to reach their hands at the first goal of this game. Must be said, even if this game does not go Onslow's way, they put up a stellar defense and a stellar offensive effort too. Havelock have had a lot more pressure on their side of the field now. Gengi have to meet it right now as they rise to the occasion. The boost taken away there by Onslow could be useful for a push for resources, but they're going to back off. A bit of pressure lost there as Lunar puts it back up.
I like the demo. You can get a pass now. Gengi does get back to it. Solar Flare from midfield. Quick shot, blocked. Midfield reset now as Z1 with a 50 and Gengi. It actually goes advantage orange. Solar Flare now looking for the read, but it gets underneath. Now over. Can it go in? No, not quite yet. Lunar too deep into the pitch. Can't be there. Gengi now. Same problem. Havelock being denied uncharacteristically, and Onslow on it with defense this time round. Still 0-0. 1:25 left to go.
This game is filibustered. We are in gridlock right now. Both of these teams are putting up tons of shots, but neither team can really just beat out the other's strategy as far as the defensive end. A lot of hero plays, a lot of solo plays, maybe just not going to be quite enough. Might need to see more team coordination, some interwoven passing game to ensure your victory. But no, going to be another drop-down shot there from BDM, but with no one to follow up to remain in the corner. Be trying to put it back up, and Gengi beats two. Could be troublesome.
Still tied. Now below that 1 minute mark. Gengi trying to end that tie, but it's a bit too high and off the top of the crossbar. Lunar goes too high. Solar Flare, decent bounces. Denied by Gengi. many times have I said that so far in this series? This time it could be the nail in the coffin for Onslow if they can't get the better. Genki.
Oh no.
One. Can he get past Solar Flare? No. Not quite. Still alive. Onslow got to be on it again. Blocked again by SC1. Looter with the shot. It's still blocked. Onslow still hanging on.
Dear God, beautiful defense, and thank God for the awareness from CZ1 to get the heck out of the way. But Chickeny now going to set it up for no one, unless it's Genki in the back, but going to be a bit wide as well. Now trying to approach from the sky. 40 boost left. Is it enough? Not quite.
It was close. Now down to 10.
Ooh.
Onslow take the demo approach. BDM at midfield will look to create an opportunity for Solar Flare. Here's the shot. 1 second in the air. Will it land? Yes, it will. Overtime.
This is a fantastic game. This is coming down to the wire here. You're seeing it right there from that Clash of the Titans in midfield. Onslow just need to coordinate their shots a bit better. They need to just get a good opportunity there. That was awfully close. Now Lunar taking their hand at it. Not going to be good either.
I love the shots we've seen from both teams so far. Both far shots, both aggressive, but Chickeny and Genki combine again, and this time it locks it up for Havelock. They take it in OT. Chickeny came in too hot. Genki was not going to be denied the last shot and wanted to make sure it was clear. Onslow, the defense paid off in game, but it just could not get there quick enough in OT.
When Chickeny and Genki do that fusion dance, they combine powers, join forces. There really does not seem to be another duo that can stop them. It's just fantastic work, it's fantastic synergy, it's great play here. Onslow, they put up a great fight, such an admirable effort, but unfortunately, if you're not able to coordinate those offensive forces just as well as those defenses, which are admirable for them, they're a really strong point in what they're capable of, then it's going to be rough. Hopefully they can take that set and learn from it a little bit here. Dear God, that was close. Solar Fair off the races.
New Bern there with a quick response required, and they had to get there as fast as possible. And Onslow with a new offensive look, which I really like. Maybe be taking some notes and following up through. Boyd attempting, but getting bumped around. Still getting bumped. I love this new look from Onslow. Get as physical as possible, and you can definitely control the pitch.
Cutthroat there. They're going to try to put it right back. Indeed, a nice direct shot. Luckily met with a nice direct block as well. Uber, another team that I actually am quite familiar with. Cutthroat there. It might be the offensive force to look at, but Void as well. Very capable in the air, so look to see that. But Onslow showed they're no slouches in that capability as well, so it'll be interesting to see here what the prime offensive directive is. Seems like we're going for the corner right now, but the members of Onslow, 3-man deep, now 2 as an ET Void gets a nice demo, puts it up for the center.
I like the adjustment from New Bern. Respond to physicality with aggression of your own. Open back up that pitch. We're seeing demos galore. It's only game 1 of this new set. Chance there from a follow-up from the ceiling. It was denied. Now Onslow. They have a shot on. It's a shot through. It goes to BDM. An early goal and a new look. A new Onslow.
Great to see. Great to see. Honestly, loving to see that offensive pressure there from them. They came out swinging from quite literally the first 3 seconds of this game, and now it takes a minute for them to get the goal, but nonetheless, the goal they do get, and the lead as well. New Bern now feeling a bit burned out. Not sure if they're going to take the sky. Best be careful. Don't leave that goal open. Can't let your newfound lead get cocked.
Definitely not. And the defense was so clean that I hope they don't forget it. I hope it doesn't get left in the previous game for Onslow. I want to see more of that still, because if you combine defense with physicality, you can get goals, but New Bern with a chance at a goal. Not going to be there. Midfield battle for it will go advantage blue. Cutthroat. The shot quickly denied by Solar Flare. Great awareness on the defense from Onslow. Now full boost there with a chance at a shot. BDM on the follow-up. Maybe cut a bit short. That could have been an on-goal shot if they had followed through, but just kind of pulled off the gas just a little bit.
Ooh, big demos here from the members of New Bern. You saw one time ET Void took a spill as well, but it's mostly been aggression from Blue here that Onslow need to respond to. Otherwise, they might find themselves in the recipient end of a nice goal to even this set up. But so far, doing a good job at defending. Indeed, it's going to be another block there from Onslow's New Bern trying to pick it up from the corner. These members of New Bern here trying to hang back. Oftentimes, Cutthroat Bear putting it up these centers, and ET Void waiting in the center. Might not need it though if that goal is just going to be left wide open. ET Void fills in the void that was the goal to spare.
SZ1, Solar Flare, both caught out, looking to refill on boost. Sometimes you got to just take the risk to go fill back up to make a play happen, and New Bern caught it. And to New Bern's credit, they made it into an instant goal. Will they continue that offensive look now? They've got a refresh on boost, but Cutthroat Bear did it at midfield from the sidewall. Does set it up nicely. An attempt from Void. He's lost out. Onslow looking to go back in offense. The passes could be there, but Void reads it nicely. Now midfield will look to get a pass top down to Cutthroat Bear. The angle's not right. We'll get stuck in the corner, but maybe it works out. No! You saw that member of New Bern fly across the camera. That was the shot attempt. You just got the car in the goal. Void follows up. It's not there either. New Bern, unlucky twice in a row.
So close there. Me was just flying in from center stage like a chicken with their head cut off, and chicken is not even here. But New Bern going to at least be satisfied that they've evened it up, but now they just need to keep up that pressure here. Seeing some good setup now as ET Void puts up a second one. Really doing a great job to represent the entire offense for New Bern.
You can see it from BDM. So close to getting that block through, but the last line of defense, and they were kind of far up. I did talk in the previous series a lot about full sending on offense and emptying out your backfields, but in that scenario, I'm sure Onslow wishes they had had more presence at the net that could have avoided the 1-goal lead going the way of New Bern now. Cutthroat Bear from the corner. I'm looking for more shots to go to Cutthroat Bear because we haven't seen them in a while. Onslow instead trying to keep it on offense. Doesn't last long. Now low boost Cutthroat Bear, but from midfield does go for the shot. Void now the one who finds it, but it goes wide right. He gets back control, at least for the moment, to Onslow.
Cutthroat Bear was low on boost there because on defense opted to go for the ball instead of for that 100, and might be something that cost you on offense because was really approaching with an empty tank, but now soaring high in the sky, but might be getting a bit too high on that power, my friend, because it's not going to go anywhere but back down to the ground. BDM there to receive alongside Solar Flare, but 50-50 going to go the way of me.
I so far would love to see more from me. Maybe we'll see more from Cutthroat Bear. Does get it in front, but Onslow with a denial. Me's been a bit quiet so far. New Bern, they've really been sending Void and Cutthroat at it. Me's been handling the net, handling the defense. It's been working out, but maybe you need more shots. You'll find one right there from ET Void. 12 seconds left, and New Bern go up by 2. That might just be the last lead needed in this game number 1.
Rough to see. Onslow, we said at the beginning, new Onslow, new game, new life, but unfortunately, old patterns are starting to repeat themselves. History is starting to repeat itself as Onslow look towards this game 1 loss. They did better on the beginning end, getting that first goal, getting that initial lead, but they just couldn't maintain underneath the offensive onslaught that is ET Void. Going to be just completely dominating, getting that hat trick, securing the victory.
That's 1 game to New Bern. Onslow still trying to figure it out, but each time we're seeing them, they're looking better and better. D'Lo, it's a constant, and I do like to see that. The demos were up in the beginning. We saw a lot of bumps as well, but Onslow slowed down while New Bern picked up demos. You see 4 for ET Void, 1 coming out from me, who was quiet, but that doesn't mean they weren't in the game. The presence in the net of New Bern, for me, was what was so impressive to me, D'Lo.
Well, you know what, Anthony? One thing you mentioned was that 1 goal that Onslow let in. I forget which one it was, but it was because both members that were on defense went out fishing for some boosts. And we also talked about in that first set the fact that boost management was a problem for Onslow in comparison to their opposition. So that might just be part of the formula there. I mean, boost obviously very helpful on offense, but a key factor and resource that we also need to use on defense. And Onslow's communication needs to be a bit more on point to ensure that, hey, if one member is going to go out on a scavenger hunt, that the rest of the team is back home, keeping the fire warm, keeping the hearth steady. Otherwise, you could find yourself with an empty goal and a lost set.
Ooh, almost a first goal for Onslow from Solar Flare, who did get aggressive with it, but it continues. A drop down to the top, no follow-up. Solar Flare rushing back, and he gets there in time. Cutthroat not going to be on target. New Bern now will have to reset and find a new offensive play. Void does intercept from BDM. Tosses it up in front. Onslow's there. Now they have a moment, but that moment interrupted from Cutthroat to Void. The follow, the dance, denied.
ET Void doing such a great job hovering through the air, just understanding the perfect angles and amounts of boost you need to expend to follow that ball through the sky. It's going to be such a useful skill, but with no boost right now, just going to have to opt to set up instead, and Cutthroat Bear going to capitalize. Sub 1 minute goal, just barely.
The pass from ET Void, Cutthroat with the sniper shot. I loved it. I loved every second of that goal in particular from New Bern. That was gorgeous, and it all started with soft touch control from Void. So there's a wide range of skill that New Bern's showing that they were able to turn into that first goal. And you feel comfortable with the lead. One goal, though, not going to be enough against Onslow this game. I expect to see them take a lot of shots. They do have a rush back BDM. It's good. I do expect them to take a lot of shots. So for that logic, New Bern does need to find more if they want to sit comfortable in a lead in this game too.
Team Void sitting comfortable in this corner. Seems to be maybe a bit of an offensive change up here, as we're seeing a lot more setup coming from Void rather than those hero solo plays that have gotten them so many goals in game one, which to their credit is working out for them. You see it as proof in the pudding. 1-0 right now with 3 minutes remaining, but still plenty of time here for Onslow to mount that comeback as ET Void sends it right back. SC1 though going to try to respond. SC1 didn't get boosted until about 15 seconds into this round. Again, just a noting that you need to make sure your resources are in to have any hope of offensive pressure. Open goal is a good way to get to it, but ET Void going to fill that gap.
2 close moments for Onslow to getting something through, both interrupted by New Bern. Now a chance. Void will back off of it, doesn't like the read, goes back towards that midfield side wall. Where is SC1? Cutthroat gets control of it, but does actually help Onslow. But not enough members deep on the blue side to make a shot happen with the opportunity that was presented. Instead, New Bern relaxing on their own side, almost accepting the time wasted. Another shot will be on. Cutthroat back with control. Now it's a 50. This one from BDM, not there. New Bern continue the offensive pressure, and the defensive prowess is showing. Void on it, gets the demo. The shot was denied at the last moment. Another shot, it's on, it's blocked again!
I'm convinced that ET Void just wants souls, not even goals at this point. That's the real main directive. They're just trying to stat pat their KDA, but that's going to be a nice goal for the record there. BDM ties it up and gets a demo for takeaway.
Onslow needed that for confidence. It felt like the New Bern side was, if a ball goes over there, you're never getting it back from the angry neighbor. There's so many members of New Bern who are just always wherever you want to shoot it. And that right there for Onslow says, hey, New Bern's human. Now let's capitalize and continue the plays. You're seeing it right there from Solar Flare, getting it in aggressive. SC1 deep enough for defense. Maybe not deep enough, actually. That ball had some travel to it. Void too deep. Open net again. Onslow, they take advantage. BDM back to back.
Can't let that happen. Cannot let that happen. You mentioned it before when Onslow was making that same mistake, and it's not going to look any prettier when New Bern does it too. We get burned for that one. Onslow now take up the lead. You mentioned confidence. It's got to be a huge one. You know, a bear is scary, but always meat and flesh at the end of the day, and you can find vulnerabilities, and Onslow's putting away at them right now. Hope there is actually working out.
Well, you said confidence, but before you said comms. And 2 goals in a row, that'll wake comms up. They've gone quiet, feel like you're not playing great, things aren't going your way, and Onslow probably now a bit woken up, and we'll see if that continues to ride out. Looking for more momentum. They've got the ball on that New Bern side. They're okay on boost. BDM, notably the lowest, and that's been their shooter. Now catches up and will have a ball in front of net. Oh, so close for Onslow, but they're still holding on to the lead. And while they're playing offense, you can't be scored on. They almost were back on defense at the worst time, but they regathered, regained. SC1 to the sky. Block is good. Void over their head. The Cutthroat, the shot. It's through. It's good. It's tied.
That's so rough. That's so rough. You see the mistake there being that C1 continues to commit after getting that first touch on. Did not have another boost to get a follow-up touch. At that point, it was just a lot of resources and time being wasted playing in the sky when you should have been on the ground. Fortunately, Onslow couldn't follow up with the onslaught New Bern provided. Now it's 2-2, a far scarier situation.
40 seconds, and BDM is looking to get Onslow the lead. Looking for that hat trick as well. New Bern. Take it back over through the corner. Watch out for Cutthroat and Void. They've combined the whole time. Me, deep in net. Could be problematic when that's happened. Onslow's been the one to take advantage. Now me, driving from the top, resets in front. Not enough. Get let off. Void running it deep. Sprint back for New Bern. But they actually keep the ball on the Onslow side. We could be looking at OT with just how much time is wasted. The bounce in front. One more shot from Onslow. Is it blocked? Yes, it is. From Void. That could be game one. Ball in the air still. One more shot
way!
Off the top. No. No way indeed. We're still alive. Ball still up. It's down. It's OT. It was close.
My heart was up in my throat, man, and now it's going to sink back down back in my chest where it should be. So that was very scary there. And this is also a bad look. ET Void. Defense, offense, going to be the MVP here for New Bern. Fantastic way to ensure that didn't end before it even got started.
New Bern and Onslow are putting on a show. Onslow almost able to take it there. BDM has continued to be that shooter. SC1 with a turn, with a shot. Too far to the right, but it'll be in the corner. If Void gets there too slow, not perfect. Now Cutthroat looked clear, instead got intercepted. But once again for Onslow, it's slightly off target. Another chance. Deflected. Onslow with a lot of looks, but no true lockdown to get through. Solar Flare looks for, maybe went for a soft touch to get over the head. SC1 resets through, open net. Low boost for New Bern, but it won't matter, at least for the moment.
I don't think SC1 or New Bern were expecting the speed with which that ball would be approaching, given the speed with which he approached the ball. Didn't quite have the momentum that you were expecting, given that they were really approaching at full Mach 4, full force. And now Season going to be able to beat out one on the 50-50, but New Bern going to beat the goal attempt.
BDM to Void, who's out of boost. BDM doing okay on it. Solar Flare will reset towards that net. 2 in net for Onslow. SC1 first to hit it. Gets it further away. But there's me. Maybe that was Void. Me now the one on it, and we'll look to follow it, but isn't rocking with a lot of boost. This continues to be a problem for New Bern on these looks. Cutthroat, though, does intercept. Won't let it pass to the blue side. They're hanging on strong. Now a pitch shot. Not there.
SC going to be the one to move up, but also rocking now. Buko boosts, unfortunately, going to be an issue here for Onslow, too. Seems that we're all agreeing to just starve ourselves, but ET Void's eating good. Breaks out that OT with a nice shot.
Me with such a good pass to Void. That I can't express enough how good of a pass that was. Sometimes it's the simplest, softest passes that can work out in Rocket League, and Void took advantage of it there. 2 for Cutthroat in that game, and you see that 1 assist for me? Well, that's all that was needed for the score of New Bern and me. But Onslow with their best look yet, Dilo. I'm gonna say it again. I don't care that they're down 2-0. Onslow gets better each and every game that we see them.
And that's an important quality for any team, especially young learners of this game. You have to make sure you're hungry to develop, you're hungry to improve. And they are certainly showing for it. Onslow not adopting a defeatist attitude. As we see them go into Game 3 here, it's going to be extra pivotal. Hopefully they can maintain that lead that they had here, those glimmers of greatness. They just need to become a full flame. Sparks. Onslow now on the offensive. Good way to start it out.
We'll see if it's there. BDM is in net and does do well getting the block out. Now still with it, but out of boost. Does have teammates ready to follow up. Solar Flare is on it. It was close, but it's not quite in. Still 0-0. Now me leaving that blue side to Void again. Void off the top. Double touch. But Cutthroat wasn't ready to follow up. Now is. Now takes it. Denied.
We're seeing right there a bit of a differential that I think marks why New Bern is generally more successful on the offense. Might be seeing it right here, but ET Void couldn't quite get ahead of the ball to put it back in. It's that the shots from Onslow are always approaching on the ground, like that one right there for me, which was readily blocked by response. Onslow need to find a bit of a better angle here to go in, like ET Void just tried to, flying in from way out of nowhere.
I gotta say, me 3683 has had such a resurgence for me in terms of relevancy. In Game 1, it was all defense. In Game 2, we saw some peaks into the big assists. Now in Game 3, we're seeing me play right up there with New Bern, looking for shots and more passing opportunities. And I love seeing the confidence of a player grow as a set goes on, especially when it's for good reason. Now falling up, looking for the first goal. Not going to be there, but damage might be done as now New Bern are on a great attack. Onslow are just trying to scramble to get that ball away. They do have 2 members in net, but neither want to fully leave. That might just be damage done from earlier.
Yeah, we're kind of turtling just a little bit too much right now, and indeed might pay the price. The Bear's going to get you. Sweeps by, picks up that nice goal almost 2 minutes in.
I feel like there's been so many instances with Onslow where it's been so close to them getting a block across and getting a save where they genuinely are barely off. I mean, they're millimeters away with their wheel from getting the hit and sending it flying. And that has to feel bad. But it's how you come back. SC1, the Solar Flare, they can come back all right. They tie it up instantly, 1-1. One of the best offensive looks that we've seen from Onslow so far tonight.
Great response. Punctual, fast, rapid, before you could let yourself feel down and out. Onslow, keep the momentum going. They keep on trucking forward. And that's going to be very pivotal. You said it before, Anthony. They keep on getting better. Whether they're ahead, whether they're behind, Onslow are making sure they're going to be putting the goals up where it counts. But E.T. Void, robbed of that one. Cutthroat Pair going to finish the job.
Wow. Void made that look so clean, and Cutthroat with awesome awareness. BDM made a really good attempt to block that by just parking. Honestly, a very veteran move. There's been SSL players that I've seen who get a little bit too antsy on that defense, and the ball splits the uprights because it's got the opening bottom. But BDM, plenty aware. Cutthroat now with a new shot, maybe. Me. Now with the follow, but they'll go a bit wide, unfortunately for me. But Void can be right there, can get the rebound from it.
I just like the creativity. I just like the creativity we're seeing here. The way that Me was dancing in the sky here, like just sky dolphins. It's beautiful. It's excellent work here by New Bern. They're showing their coordination. I mean, it genuinely is some really good work on their part to make sure that they're showing some angular shots here that are not really expected by Onslow. An unfortunate retreat might cost them a really great opportunity to tie this one up. That goal was empty for too many seconds by the New Bern. A bit of sloppy play, but not going to be punished. Solar Flare takes it to the sky, passes it down to BDM to move it back to the field, but now you have to prepare. No boost, no problem. Uh-oh, could be troublesome. Could be bat away there by Me.
Unsung hero, Me, getting through, and like you said, batting it away. The open net was a bit of an issue. Solar Flare was out of boost, but still could have gone for a speed jump to get it through, to knock it in, maybe even just tap it in. BDM now. Oh, gets deflected. More bad luck for Onslow. Another look from BDM. This would have been worse, but the shot was still on. It's not there. SC1 with the net, with backup from BDM, who has 0 boost, but had a dream at midfield. Solar Flare is there, has control, but same problem. Where's the boost when you need it most? Does have a big bat there, but can't grab it. SC1, now with a dream, does pick up that boost, but Onslow lose the offensive momentum that they had gained in that previous moment.
It's just really good defensive play here on either side now at this point, but the stalemate, it's kind of come a bit too late if you're Onslow. You needed to have maintained that when you had your goal and New Bern didn't have. And now you have a minute left to try to solve this. Me really feeling themselves right now because they're just going to try to take it on the solo. But Cutthroat Bear to follow it up, the backup you need, and the backup that Onslow feared the most. 3-1 now.
Great reaction to that touch or Cutthroat to get it through, to make it 3-1. I feel like Onslow, it's rare that you can say a bit of it was luck, but a bit of it was luck, and a lot of it just needs to be cleaned up. But Onslow, so far tonight, has shown a lot of promise. And New Bern, you know, to give flowers to the winning team and to kind of leave the underdogs for a moment, New Bern's shots in their passing game has been really good. It reminds me a lot of the passing game I saw in Northeast last week, where it feels more professional than you might expect from these players. But it's been there. 20 seconds left to go for New Bern and Onslow. And Onslow aren't out of it yet, despite me writing the end away. They have time. They got 10 seconds for 2 goals, more than possible. But every second that goes is one more that drips through sands of time, and Cutthroat will do just that. Dagger in, coffin closed, case closed. New Bern will take this one, but D-Lo, I'll keep on saying it. Onslow did show up, and they were very close.
Even as we lower Onslow's casket into the ground, we must speak good things about them at the funeral. They really did perform very well here and evolved as they should. It's not Pokemon, but nonetheless,
Exactly.
we're showing really great growth. And that's key. It's pivotal, especially when you're starting out your career as a competitive esports player. That's exactly what you want to see from these players. As we showed here, look at the stats. A lot of shots here from all the members. A lot of saves, too. It's just that, unfortunately, the defense from New Bern was able to just match them and surpass them at most corners.
Yeah, it was just getting outmatched in certain spots. And for the part of Onslow, I think there's so much they can look at in the film of this where they can say this worked, this didn't. This play was great. How can we recreate this kind of play? This type of momentum. It's all there for Onslow. But for New Bern, they do take this one. And for us, we got a lot of gaming left to go tonight. So we're going to take a quick break here on VESL and be back with more Southeast action real soon. Don't go anywhere. Hello, welcome on back into VESL, more Southeast Rocket League action. So far, tonight has been exciting. The games have had a lot of exciting shots, fun moments, great defense, and even better offense. My name's still Anthony Malum, still joined by D-Lo. Dappersaurus is still pushing buttons on production. And D-Lo, we got more gaming to go.
Huzzah! We've seen so far sweeps on the fronts of these two sets, but doesn't really quite show the actual skills and close calls we've seen between these different teams. And now New Bern going to be putting on the doubleheader for us this time instead of Onslow as they take high, flying to the sky. ET Void not even going to let us breathe. West Craven suffering the pain.
Oh, come on, ET Void. And what can I say that you didn't see from a shot like that from ET Void? New Bern 1-0 with an exclamation point.
That's just rough. Oh, wow. That's a way to respond, though. West Craven just tries to take a Hail Mary pot shot right from the outset. ET Void has now got possession. Chips it up beautifully for Cutthroat Bear. Good demo there on the in-goal Pluto. Could be setting yourself up for something, but unfortunately spawned back in, ready for the reception. West Craven mouth.
All right, West Craven, time to tighten up. It's only 30 seconds in, and you can get the offense rolling. They haven't had many looks so far, but it definitely can be there. Blue 2 will be the one to look for. Driving it in already, and West Craven looking for some kind of backup. Blue 2 low on boost, and same thing can be said for Malachi, and it turns into a chance for New Bern. Denied at the last moment, but closer than you want. Void reads it! Soft touch in! Cutthroat slams it 2-0 New Bern.
Get one, the other one gets you. It's a tale as old as time we've seen here from New Bern. Whenever someone has something that's just bouncing tantalizingly in front of that goal, it's usually Cutthroat. Could be me, could be ET, but it's usually Cutthroat there to follow it up, finish it off. Fantastic awareness there, but once again, the pot shot, Malachi. It's going to be good this time.
You take that if you're West Craven. Anything to get on the board. That's 3 goals in 1 minute, and getting one makes you feel like you can contest still. You don't feel deflated. You don't feel out of it. It feels still kind of close. It's just like a 1-0 game mentally. You can keep it up, but ET Void again! 3 shots already.
Dear God. Dear God. I mean, New Bern at the very least responding back this time at 50-50 with that kickoff, and they're going to be rewarded for it. ET Void puts up a second one for their ledger. Fantastic work to New Bern to just keep up this pressure. West Craven need to respond big now, and it can't just be off the kickoff. That initial burst momentum. Cutthroat Bear gonna run away with it. 2 for 2 on this player.
This is going to be the longest Rocket League game in history if these goals keep coming through. That is 5 goals, and we barely got out of 1 minute of gameplay.
I think we've seen more cutscenes, Anthony, than we have actually seen real play.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
now finally going to be taking
wrote this.
We're taking our treads finally. You can't skip these cutscenes either, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. We're going to be seeing it for the first time. We're going to act like it at the very least. No cutscenes at the very least. Or sorry, no QTEs to have to worry about. So
Yeah.
maybe reduces our wear and tear just a little bit. But West Craven are feeling that wear and tear. ET Void, dip it in, why don't you? But going to be stolen away there by Malachi.
Not gonna lie, glad that that one got stopped from Void, just so we could have a second to actually look at the game and try to get some kind of assessment of what's actually going on. But it doesn't last for long.
Are you sure about that?
Void shuts me up and makes it 5-1 for New Bern.
This is gross. This is just gross. West Craven are unfortunately just underneath the hailstorm that is the offense New Bern has been capable of putting up. The first set we saw them, and now West Craven is starting to feel the same pain that we saw Onslow go through. The question is, what will their response be? On the side of Onslow, it was stellar defense and well-chosen and carefully placed shots. West Craven really haven't seemed to get much of a standing here on the offensive end. Me, unsung hero, singing loud and proud now. 6 for New Bern.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely hailing in Vanceboro. West Craven is just trying to get something going, but it's non-stop shooting from New Bern. And the problem that Onslow was able to kind of get a hang on in their games where, yes, there's shots coming in, but our defense is going to block everything. West Craven, they're having a bit of a hard time falling back to make blocks happen. And this is what happens. You get sick You get 7 for New Bern.
Guys, at this point, I think it's fine. We can just start playing a bit of volleyball, just practice our passing game. It's really not necessary. Is there a mercy rule, Anthony, for Rocket League?
There is not.
We're going to be here for a while.
Hey, West Craven have 2 minutes and 51 seconds, and I have seen a 5-goal comeback in 45 seconds. So 6 to tie in 240, 7 to tie in 240 for West Craven is not impossible.
Oh my god, it's like they hear you. It's like they hear you and say, shut up. Oh my god. New Bern, you guys are crazy. I don't know what they drank before this game, but someone mainlined G Fuel into their blood. They are playing out of their minds right now. ET Void sailing through the air. This is like a PT jet cruiser. I don't even know what
a PT jet cruiser.
This is like, yeah, man. It's like actually just attach a jet engine to the car and send it launching at a middle schooler. That's or high schooler rather, but it doesn't matter. Either way, they're gonna be flattened. They're gonna be toast.
Yeah, I love my F-22 Raptor engines attached to my PT Cruiser. That's how I like to traverse the streets of North Carolina with style, D'Lo, with pure style.
Absolutely, man. It got to be all about customization here. And right now, West Craven looking fancy, looking fly, just trying to move on through. Did they just knock it in their own? There's no way, guys. Guys.
Almost. It was close. It was close.
Well, you know what? Oh, it was the bump. It was the bump. New Bern.
And honestly, out there, good try.
Yeah, it was a good try. No, genuinely, that was because like you saw the hesitation. Like, what do I do here? Because you don't want to get spammed with a nice.
Yeah, that's an impossible spot to be in. I mean, RLCS is going on today, and there have been shots like that, and they have a similar reaction. The best of the best players in the world. You can't really do much, but it's just stuck in your net. It's one of the most impossible plays in the game, and you have to have more luck than skill to deny those shots. For West Craven, it's just a matter of getting through this game 1 and looking forward to game 2. And fortunately and unfortunately at the same time, when shots come through like they have and goals come through like they have, Cutthroat looking for another one. This one will be blocked away. You can sort of throw the game out a little bit. You can say, well, once they got to an 8-goal lead, we weren't going to play our best game of Rocket League regardless. So there's not too much resetting we can do. Just go back to our game plan and see how it works. If it doesn't work again, or if it feels like it's not working, we can adjust. Maybe these are the steps to adjust. One thing that I heard that was really wise one time while casting Rocket League from a co-caster was a tactical timeout can be as long as you want it to be if the game isn't going your way. So it's been over 2.5 minutes now for West Craven that they've been able to discuss in their comms of what they can do going forward. They almost have a goal on the way out as well, which would have felt nice. And I do think that they can bring that into game 2 and come out a little bit cleaner.
Even opportunities like that got to mean something to your name. At the very least, it might just be that resignation of this game that goal didn't quite go in. Their play might not have been at the sharpest, knowing that the stakes weren't an all-time high. New Bern comes away with that 9-1 impressive showing, to say the least. Still are not going to be breaking that quadruple-digit benchmark that I was actually expecting here, but nonetheless, ET Void 800, 5 shots, 5 goals, very impressive.
That is really impressive coming out from New Bern. Malachi did get some good looks for West Craven. I don't want that to be completely forgotten to the history of VESL, but for West Craven, you need more of it, and you need a lot more of it. And I do think the opportunities can be there if your kickoff in game number 2 can be clean. It starts at kickoff. It starts right now. Get out clean, get some offense rolling. Don't let a quick shot come through. Do not let New Bern dictate the pace.
Indeed, and right now we're seeing, unfortunately, that thing happen right now as Me takes control, but Malachi, having gotten that first goal for West Craven, might just be their offensive hope, might be the target New Bern set their sights on, but who's in the sky? It's ET Void, open goal. This is looking a bit troublesome.
Already, though, it's better for West Craven. No 20-second goals. It's still 0-0. Maybe I curse them. We'll see. ET Void at midfield. Not going to have a great look with low boost. Instead, turns into West Craven. They've got an offensive run. They have it set up already. Malachi takes the boost, denies it, and looks for the shot. It gets tossed up in front, but New Bern are very quick to shut down those hopes of a shot there and rein it back in. Now it's a run for me, who's riding on top of the hood of ET Void. They both wanted that shot. Maybe if they had separated, they'd have a cleaner look, but it's not there. Me finds it, looks for the soft touch. It's not going to be there. It gets popped up instead. No goal for New Bern. Cutthroat will look to change that, but has Void instead. Void down to Cutthroat. They all want the look, and Void gets it. 1-0 for New Bern.
That was a great fake there by me. You're going to see it right here as ET Void moves on in. Me pretends and feints at that goal attempt when the real threat was from ET Void themselves. That's just great work there by New Bern to make sure that West Craven are always kept guessing, and New Bern going to be rewarded with a nice goal here. It takes a bit longer than before, but if you get something like that, it might just be a repeat of history once again. Thank God Malachi was able to stop it.
Stuff like that cannot go undervalued for West Craven to keep it within reach. That's one of the keys. It's, you know, you talked about Mercy Rule. It's like Little League. You got to just sometimes keep the game in reach to have a chance. West Craven attempting to do that, and almost a chance, but me gets it through, makes it 2-0. And what's right along here with ET Void and me, who both wanted the same angle. One of them was getting that shot from coast to coast. It just ended up being me that gets the credit.
I don't know, between that play and also me just actually riding on ET Void, but I'm not quite sure what the comment sounded like here between New Bern, but it might just be like me, fall. I have to imagine it might just be, well, I mean, it's the namesake after all. Me
Instead of saying, I got it, me got it.
Exactly. Sound a bit like a caveman, but hey, caveman tactics are working. Beautiful touch there by me to see the forward, but ET Void can't quite follow it to give it a home. Enter it really quickly. Might be looking for the quick reset, might be looking for Cutthroat there, looming in the wings, gonna rise if you need it, and finds himself the goal. 3-0
for New Bern, one of the better looks, and for New Bern, the passing game can certainly not be denied. Even in the blowout we saw before, even in this one that's starting to slowly work its way there, the passing is really significant. And earlier on here in the qualifiers, we're in week 3. For each team, it's important to see what makes a team click. And for New Bern, it really does feel like their passing and communication game is bar none. But don't forget their shots. Wow, Cutthroat follows up on a great look from Void. Look at the follow through. And look at the read from Cutthroat. It's all great from New Bern.
They're doing a great job with his offensive pressure. Their coordination's on lock. They're in sync. The pieces are sliding together. West Craven, this is still doable. Four goals down, 3 minutes about on the clock. It's doable, but West Craven need a serious reevaluation of their strategy here, because Malachi seems to be the only one who's able to really step up without a problem. And the rest of West Craven, if they're going to not be present on the front lines of the offensive forces, they need to be doing a bit of a better job staying inside goal. You can't leave it open like you are there. New Bern are going to try to come away with it, but West Craven get a bit lucky to breathe a sigh of relief as the ball goes a bit wide left. ET Void makes another attempt at it, but they'll pair with the follow-up.
2 minutes, 10 seconds left to go for West Craven to get on the board and start working to chisel down this lead. But for New Bern, it's a challenge. Cutthroat challenges themselves and knocks it out. In and out, basically, there for New Bern. Had a good look. ET Void, denied by me. New Bern playing against themselves a little bit here on this orange side. Turns into a chance for West Craven. Malachi with a good look, but it is interrupted by the nice bump from New Bern.
West Craven are a bit too afraid, a bit too craven, you might say, to take their wheels off the ground, and that's where New Bern's going to kill them, because right there you're seeing it from Cutthroat Bear. Great play off the wall there. Malachi going to be the one with the fancier feet here to use those tire treads to try to make a challenge, but Cutthroat Bear rises to the occasion and meets them too quickly with that boost in tow. Now off the corner, could be a big setup, but Me's bit off.
New Bern looking to make that 5th goal happen, but they've been their own worst enemies so far. We'll see how lit they can get. Void looking for a pass down. Not there. Cutthroat rush backs to me and is able to intercept it. I'm telling you, they're destroying themselves here. They're lucky it hasn't resulted in goals and denials. West Craven does intercept at midfield, gets the bump. The drop down almost, but if boost was better for West Craven, that would be a goal. Instead, it's New Bern on the attack once again.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, Anthony. I mean, West Craven woulda, coulda, shoulda gotten something up here if they just had a few more opportunities to mount a proper offense. But it seems like it's either 3 people back on defense, 1 person back on offense, and it's not enough either way. 4-0, 30 seconds left. It's looking a bit rough here as ET Void takes the scene, moves it up the wall, looking for the corner shot, but can be denied a little bit. Nice quick reset to try to get yourself into space, but Malachi not going to allow it.
Cutthroat does rush on back. Now 20 seconds if you want to get another goal on the board. Aggressive bumps from Malachi. Crosses in front of the net. ET Void looking to prop it up for Cutthroat to maybe get a look. Instead, it's another look for West Craven trying to get on the board before we get out of this game. Number 2. In the air, it touches. New Bern takes game number 2. A quick match point for the blue side.
Indeed, indeed. This time, not quite as showboaty. A bit less of a dominant performance there by New Bern, but a good one nonetheless. West Craven at least going to be able to keep it a bit closer. If you can keep on improving, hey, it's literally a 5-goal difference as far as what New Bern got last time. If you just keep up that pattern, hey, you get 1 goal, you get a nice opportunity, you get a good look. It could be their game.
You said it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. This is your chance to make the good reality for West Craven early. Dang. 1-0 for Pluto. A good look.
I mean, we'll take those for sure.
Yeah.
50-50. Going to be coming 100% up their way. The reason I said before is because AO was not in the game. I thought this might have been a 2v3 for just a moment. And now, hey, West Craven, this could be their shot. You never know. They've been on the backhand before, but sometimes that can provoke greatness in all of us. Iowa trying to put on some offensive moves, but Malachi going to be demoed there, and that's big because now the goal's left open. Malachi spawning back, thankfully, on the defense. And me being bumped by Cutthroat Bear. Oh my god! Leave your own team alone. This bear wants blood no matter whose it is.
Oh no. That was a tough look for New Bern. Malachi, almost a good look to follow up on the backboard there. West Craven holding on to a Cutthroat. Taking control of the ball into the New Bern corner. Now ET Void crosses in front of the net. No challenge from Malachi. Does get bumped towards midfield where Cutthroat's adjusting for boost. This is an opening for West Craven, but they've only got 2 members playing offense right now, which will deny any opportunity that could have arisen. New Bern, though, still fighting from behind, Elo.
That's really notable now. 1 minute that this lead's been maintained, and given the fact that that lead was secured immediately, it's important to note that West Craven's doing a far better job on the defensive end, leaving that goal open a bit more than I care for, but nonetheless, can't criticize it if it's working out so well for them. Cutthroat there moves on in, but a bit too much force. Going to send that ball and clear it for them now. ET Void after a retreat to defense, going to succeed in that matter, but a good bump there from West Craven grants them some advantage.
West Craven are playing to death by 1,000 cuts, essentially. New Bern, just draw the time out, take shots where you can get them, but not allow New Bern opportunity. Void, a crucial interception to deny that. The bounce up from the demo to Cutthroat turns this into an offensive rush from New Bern. Me with a decent look. It is denied out, but you're not going to dodge yet. Another look, a soft touch, a rush back, a goal for New Bern.
Cutthroat Bear there following it up. You had a great attempt there from West Craven, but just not enough speed and not enough force behind from Iowa to do much about it. Tried to jump up, but at that point, Cutthroat Bear is doing a really good job of always meeting the defense, seeing where they'll be, and predicting that position and answering it with a better angle. And that's what's been allowing New Bern to get a lot of these trickier shots here, whether it's been in this set or the last one too. And going to be shown right there. And now the pressure is much alleviated from their sides, and ET Void going to try to put it back on West Craven as the ball is centered, but that away there by
Iowa now looking to drive it up. Can't get it past Cutthroat. Low boost for teammate. West Craven kind of starving for some boost to make a play. Void, no issue. Driven in, but taking a touch at the last moment. Cutthroat there to make it 2-1 for New Bern. Void did the work on that one. Cutthroat just made sure it found its home.
Sometimes you need a strong pat on the back, a bit of support there, show that, hey, I got you, and also to, pad your stats too, it doesn't hurt. And now Cutthroat Bear can be boasting both goals the team has so far. And Void's not happy about that. And me is certainly not. Me might be getting some demos on their own teammate in just a second, so best Best keep cam on this player. Watch out. They are both bloodthirsty. But 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. West Craven still certainly have a chance. It's just, again, it's got to be off of something that's not kickoff. That's where all their goals have been so far. ET Void going to be able to respond to any pressure and now set it up potentially for the look here. But meeting it, Malachi seems to have the number. That's been really helpful. The goal's been left open. Beaufort might be getting a bit too cocky here in these opportunities because West Craven can at one point take advantage. All they need is one.
In a weird way, it's sort of understandable. The soft touch control there from ET Void was kind of ridiculous. Shocking it didn't end up in a goal. That ball just kind of stopped in front of the New Bern net and somehow turns into a New Bern chance, but not a goal. I'm sure both teams are frustrated. They both have reason to be after that back and forth. It somehow turns into a New Bern possession. Cutthroat from midfield, looking to bring it down. Mead goes aggressive in, but not even needed. Cutthroat follows it all the way, coast to coast, net to net, goal. Goes New Bern.
Convinced me was going aggressive for Cutthroat themselves. Just didn't have enough boost to try to knock them away so they could steal the goal away themselves. Hat trick there for New Bern. Fantastic work to Cutthroat Bear. Solo or kill steal, does not matter. This player is efficient. Me, what are you doing?
He's playing their game of Rocket League, and nobody will take that away. ET Void, the dribble, the goal. Make it look gorgeous, why don't you? 4-1 for New Bern.
Fantastic work. Fantastic work with this team. This team just operates so well individually as a team, synergetically, solo. They know what they're doing, and they have faith in each other, and that's what's been so pivotal throughout all of these games we've watched from them. Now, 3 goals down again. The fact that we've only seen these goals from West Craven going off kickoff, and once it's past kickoff, it feels like their chances reduce so drastically. Me going to be able to deny them that one. Watch out, Cutthroat Bears on the prowl. You know they don't want you to have any offensive position. They want the glory all for themselves. But hey, we're going to be able to match that pressure and try to put it right back on the clear. Pluto, though, we demoed as well as Malachi. Me secures that one. All my homies eat.
Indeed, me and Void were fighting for the dribble there. Void took it back from me just for the bounce to go to me and then to the goal for a 5-1 lead. That was an absurd sequence of events.
A minute left. It's what we said before. It's a lot. It's what West Craven really need to do as far as reforming their offense. You see Malachi there making strides, making attempts, but ET Void and the rest of New Bern are there to match him, and you need someone there. And the ball drops down to follow it up. It's going to be attempted, but 2 fly at it and 2 whiff. Now ET Void going to try their hand at it. Some good dribbling moves, but who is it? It's Malachi there to meet it. You can't find that one. Hey, great defensive end there. Was that from me?
That was
Hold on a second.
The
Was that
defense
me?
there was for me.
Me? What are you doing? Oh my gosh, absolute sabotage. Report this player.
New Bern playing great defense on both sides of the pitch. West
Hey,
Craven
you gotta respect that.
looking for another goal on the way out. 5-1 lead, 15 seconds. New Bern poised to take this one in a sweep, and the sweeps continue tonight on the Southeast. One more look from Malachi. It's close, but not close enough. New Bern will take back possession for the
Don't let
end.
him have it.
Cutthroat from the top. It's down, but ill touch. New Bern take it.
Question is, do those saves pop up on Me's ledger when they're a 4-year opposition's goal? Seems that it might not be the case. What a shame. What a shame. But
Because it was a
nonetheless,
fantastic save.
It really was. I was just so confused. I was like, wait a second, that's green. That's not. Hold on. Really funny, really silly, but also really effective play here from New Bern, and also some really good spirits there shown by West Craven. It's tough to be down and out that big of a margin, but they showed gumption for it. They kept on playing. They kept playing their best. That's what you got to respect. Now, being a bit of returning players here, Havelock on the offensive once again, Chickney and Gangi, this time joined by Chilotis, and Dixon stepping up.
Yep, we are back. We're ready to go again. And different look this time. Chickney and Genki, remember their passing. Look for that. But look for the shots from Dixon. A nice one to start out. And a close one at that. Nason will bring it down. Look for the double touch. It gets it over the head of Genki. It's home. What an opening shot from Dixon.
Yep. Nason and Zoils are fantastic. Again, I'd argue that they are kind of the Chickney and Gangi equivalent for Dixon. They, when I last cast from them, were doing a fantastic job in their synergy. Khan is a great defensive player too. Do not want to fault them at all, but when it comes to the offensive plays, we're oftentimes going to see those goals coming here from Nathan and Zoils, whereas Con can be a bit more of a setup, a bit of a red herring. You're going to see it right there as they play for the corner, but Lotus there to meet it, tries to clear it, and it's going to be bat right back. It's going to be a bit of a back and forth ping pong action, but Lotus on the defensive end, not getting sloppy.
Havelock playing decent defense here. Dixon looking to strike twice on great shots. It is intercepted at midfield. Now watch as we go for the ride along from Zoils down to Nason. It's home. Dixon does it again. What? What was that? What are they putting in the water at Holly Ridge, Tilo? That's crazy.
That was really beautiful. That was beautiful precision there, understanding the angle that you need to approach from, also able to beat one player out with just a well-timed jump. Mason approaching with the right speed, the right angle, the right finesse to get that goal in. Now 2 goals, 1 minute. An impressive showing here. Havelock, though we know they're capable of more. Fortunately, it's going to come there from Lotus. Fantastic job there to Havelock.
Way to respond from Havelock. Dixon was really getting the ball rolling for literal terminology. And for Havelock to put some kind of pause to that, get another kickoff rolling. I said it in our previous series, but New Bern were doing the same exact thing. It was the we're so ahead that it feels bad type of gameplay. Getting a goal, keeping it close, it denies that feeling. And now for Havelock, if you can turn it into even more, if you can tie it up quickly, this game feels fantastic, and we might actually have ourselves a set, Dilo.
Indeed, would love to see something that goes with a bit more back and forth action here. We're certainly seeing it at the very least in this game with the goals. Con can move it forward here, but you have Lotus on the defensive end. Has been really impressive when it comes to that. Haven't seen this player before, but I'm liking what I'm seeing already. Mason moves it up off the wall. High speed, high octane action. Just one touch already covers so much ground and keeps a lot of boost in the pocket of these players. It means that we're not looking for necessarily passing up the field, or more so just Hail Mary attempts to move it up, and we'll play it where it lands. And so far, working out pretty well for Dixon. See what Havelock's response is as Gengi takes the guy.
It was a deep shot, but Nason is there to get it back. Bit too low on boost to get too close, but makes it work anyway, and almost was able to get an insane shot across. Instead, Havelock now on the run. The Lotus will lead it, refreshes the boost, drops in front. Nason gets it back. Gengi misses. Dixon on the run. It's off the crossbar. It's off the backboard, I should say. But Dixon were unable to clean it up. They do get back control. Con looks to get a soft pass for somebody falling behind. That somebody is Zoils, and it's on, but it's blocked. Another look for Dixon. The shooting not going to stop quite yet. Another look from Nason. It goes wide left. Havelock are hanging on by a thread, and they block just enough.
Didn't seem like they were under that much pressure from that salvo. They actually did a really good job beating it out. Ooh, that's a bit of pressure, though. Con going to try to chip up a nice quick one, but Havelock are privy to their tactics. Going to rise to meet this one, though. Chickeny didn't have to do anything, but is now needing to step on up and succeeds to great effect. Fantastic defense from Havelock. That was sweaty.
We got a game. I feel confident saying it. It's close. The gameplay feels close. The skill is even better. A prop up. But Nason brings it out. Does get demoed, but damage done for Dixon already. It's on the deep side of Havelock, but Lotus! Whoa, that 50 was scary, but boy, did it work out. Now Lotus gets bumped, but it works out better. Is intercepted. Gengi there at midfield, out of boost, and Con will be able to find it because of that. Havelock and Dixon, D'Lo, they are trading looks back and forth, trading demos back and forth, and shots. But Gengi's there, and you block Zoil too.
Gengi's been out of boost for quite some time. That's one of the key offensive players. We said it before, we're going to say it again. You need to make sure you got some juice left in your tank. And now off the wall, Lotus doesn't have any boost to follow it up, so it's going to be matched there by, I believe, On. Off the wall and centered again. Vicky going to try to stall it out. Zoils bats it right back. I don't know if we're playing soccer or volleyball, but either way, it is intense and it is fraught. It's going to be Gengi moving on up, has all the boost they need to move it, but not to get it ready for the goal. Unfortunately, didn't count that. Lotus picks it up, but no one there to find it.
Eyes on Nason. That's a constant for Dixon. Con and Zoil, not to be forgotten. Con with the look, but it wasn't there. Zoil on the follow-up. Tries to play it soft and go underneath Havelock, but it isn't there. Instead, shot from blue. It's close, but it's off the top of the net. Havelock are denied again. and they're running out of time. It's 15 seconds. Now Gangi getting aggressive. We'll look for Chickeny to follow up. We've seen that already tonight, but it gets stalled out by Dixon. Denied again. Denied again. Dixon hanging on strong, trying to keep that last shot from even happening. Chickeny, one last look. It's close, but it's blocked. And it's Dixon's game 1.
That was very, very close. Something pivotal I think we got to keep note of is that Havelock, every time approaches from the corner, whether it be Gangi or Chickeny, as soon as they get to that corner, they're already out of boost. And at that point, you don't have any fuel left in the tank. Literally, you can't do too much, even off the wall, to help set up your team. Havelock need to do a bit better of evading the defending members of Dixon without expending those precious resources, or at the very least, picking up some more on the go, get a bit of drive-through action going, because if you're getting to the goal, you have nothing left, at that point, you're definitely not getting a goal.
Perfectly said, and perfectly encapsulates what we saw in that game 1 and now game 2 on tap and kickoff. Will there be an aggressive play? Yes, there is from Dixon. But Chickeny fell back and grabbed the perfect boost. We'll have a 50 with Khan. Khan does get the better. Is there enough from Zoils? It was close, but Chickeny took the low route and it worked out. The Dixon are not done playing offense until Gangi is able to get a hit. But now Zoils and Khan combine. Lotus, no boost, will make this 50 tough there. Khan does get a handle, but not as clean as you'd like to see. It's a pass to Zoil, a self up onto Nason, which will slow down an offensive follow-up, and that shot not going to be there for Nixon, and we saw why.
I mean, at the very least, better that it's going to be a self-bump than a self-save. So let's just make sure that we're not trying to follow in Mee's footsteps here on the side of Dixon. But hey, great goal there. That's all you need. Zoils gets set up on a silver platter and get a take-home lunch. Fantastic work by Nason and the follow-up there from Zoils.
It felt like Dixon was just going to get the first goal of this game. You could kind of feel it out. It was really impressive, and had they not had that team bump to disrupt their initial shot, it could have been there. But now Havelock on the second kickoff are looking to make a new play, have a new offensive outlook, maybe. Lotus, but no, not there. Chickeny, same problem. Can't get it through. Gangi, denied!
That's just what's going to happen. When you don't have boosts, your shots are naturally going to be pitched out lower, and Dixon already there to meet it with an iron wall, a phalanx, if you will, of members. And now Nason high-flying, going to be trying to meet that ball in the air, but beat out by Gangi. But at that point, again, look at the boost. 0 in Chickeny's tank, 0 in Gangi's. They only just started to get restored. And that's the issue. If you're moving on up and already having lost all those resources, you're not going to have much other than obvious correct shots. Gangi might try to put something up, but again, low boosts, big problem.
Gangi, Chickeny, both setting up deep behind. We're looking for Lotus to get a play, get a pass, but nothing is there. And Dixon will look to bring it through again. Midfield, Nason looks to contest with Gangi. He gets knocked up, and Zoils has a great look from it. The bounce! Khan saw it. But Nason is the one to follow through. Close again. So many close calls in this game, number 2. We're not done yet. Chickeny will bring it down in front of the net, looking for some kind of backup. The prop up gives a new chance for Chickeny. Deflected, could work even better. Lotus is gonna be close. Shot off the mark. Gangi, no!
This defense is brilliant here from Dixon. Chickeny tries to put it back up, and now they're racing to the clock, racing back to the goal. Khan steals that one away. What a scheme.
After all those shots from Havelock, it's hard for the response from Dixon to not feel like a crime. Unfortunate for Havelock, but now for Dixon on this third kickoff, that is a 2-goal lead in game number 2 with 2:32 left to go. And D'Lo, those 2s are working, but the 3 of Havelock got to figure out something.
What a scam artist is Khan right there. And wow, just going to burst apart Chicken in the air. Nason showing some great plays here now. Havelock under pressure once again here. Nason trying to be the setup this time. Khan's got to get some great credit, not just for that one goal, not recognizing so perfectly, but just the setup and the patient positional play from this player has been so pivotal. You see it right there, the follow-up to Nason. My God, the Bonnie to the Clyde. Shooters on deck. Dixon's got 3.
Watch it split between Havelock.
Oh!
So
Beautiful.
tough for the blue side. So great to be Dixon right now when shots like that are ringing through. You'll love to see it for Orange. Gonna keep it up, though, is the question. Havelock have shown to be able to respond time and time again. An almost great look there. Yankee had gotten the better, but a nice reset. Now looking for the shot, brings it through. The adjustment almost worked as well, but Dixon back in control. Ooh, not for long.
It was a good look there from Colotus for a second, but now Chickeny going to try to set it up for Colotus once again. That more obvious approach not going to work either. Had someone else been alongside Colotus for that aerial offensive, might have been better. Could have looked for a pass that would have been as obvious like that right there. Colotus showing I am no slouch in the air. Fantastic way to break the board for Havelock.
Well, you're on the board. You've got time. You have 1:27 on the clock. That is a lot of time, D-Lo, for Havelock to get back in this game number 2. And for Dixon, it's now a matter of, can we get ourselves enough offense to waste clock and maybe get ourselves some insurance goals? They certainly think so. The double touch, the pass. Is there follow-up? No! Havelock able to get it back. Now they've got an open net. But Dixon respond quick enough. Nason from the top.
I really like that look. I really like the look from Havelock. Just didn't quite work out in their favor. And you need it to. You need shots like that. Any chance to be capitalized on to its fullest extent because you got 1 minute left, 60 seconds left on the clock here. Dixon high flying, trying to stop Gangy from doing their Gangy shenanigans. But so far, Co's going to move on in. Beautifully angled. My God, the front 2 wheels just need to lightly brush against it to guarantee you that goal. Gets set up there by Gangy. All off the ball, Colotus.
That's 2 now for Havelock. Each time we talk about it, they're getting closer and closer. It's a 1-goal lead for Dixon. Plenty of time on a kickoff here to waste. Watch them try to get control and burn the clock while they look for opportunities. But Havelock break through with a demo. Now Zoils from the ceiling. You see that time being wasted. Now Nason gets interrupted. That's going to bring it towards the corner and give an opportunity for Havelock if they can win out on the 50, which Khan does get a tap on. Now the demo, too, takes out Colotus. That's not good for Havelock, D-Lo. They need a chance here. Chickeny in front for Gangy. It gets bumped out. That slows it down. Another chance. It's home. It's a hat trick when you need it most. We're tied.
Colotus has been the savior of this team, Anthony. Havelock can solely thank this new substitute for getting them on their back, carrying them forward like the Ram, charging forward, head down, stubbornly moving their way forward, saying, I'm getting this tie, gosh darn it, might be getting the lead. Colotus, you're crazy.
It was close, but they're not done. 10 seconds is a challenge for both of these teams. They don't want to go to OT. Dixon with a look. Nason will bring it down to the corner where there's Khan. Back to Nason.
Oh no.
The bump denies the chance, and the demo could send OT with the ball still up. It does. Touch. OT time.
Scary. You know Dixon's might got a target on Colotus's back now. They have not been afraid to use the demo in their back pocket, get down and dirty, get violent even. So Colotus might need to watch out and make sure you're not just watching the ball, but watching your back. I'm going to be looking for that set up here in the corner, but bat away there by Colotus. Going to be moving on in is Gangy, but going to be stalled out there once again by Dixon. Back and forth action here. Hasn't quite broken the center, but this time goes the way that Dixon.
Oh, here it comes. Looking to be the hero again. Gangy with the follow-up, but not a great angle. The bounce actually made it work better for Havelock. Still not there. Colotus! It's home! We got ourselves a series. Not a sweep this time. Havelock take game 2.
Happy to see that, Anthony. Happy to see it's on Colotus' head top, too. Got to give this player their laurels for sure. Fantastic work to Colotus, but also fantastic work to the rest of the team. It can't be said that it was just a one-person effort here, despite that score being oh so pretty. 698. Fantastic work there. But look at the saves. Gangy and Chickeny both pulling their weight as well in the defensive end.
7 shots to Colotus. 4 made it home. But you said it. You've got your target now if you're Dixon. You got to control that shooter from Havelock. You got to handle the Ram. Whatever way you make that work, you got to get lockdown on that player. And for Dixon, it's tough to commit to lockdown because D-Lo, their offense, they're great.
Yeah, the issue is on the offensive side of Dixon, it feels like they're a bit more balanced in terms of where it's coming from. And to be fair, Havelock are normally too, but just this game particularly that we've seen, it's been all Colotus, all goals. But so far, getting to try to change that step on up. has been a prime recipient. That chicken's been cooked way too many times by these demos. Best be careful. Do not want to see an own goal. We've already seen the own save. Lotus now moving it off the side. Nice evasion. Beats one. This could be crazy, but going to be stopped out. Gengi's on the offense now.
It felt close, but Gengi with a good look. Chickadee there. Lotus resets, but Dixon have a chance. Denied. Wow, Lotus is doing it all on both sides of the pitch. Gengi reads it, though, coming in hot from Dixon's side. Now Khan will look for the clear. Nason is the one who's there. Chickadee will hang out in the corner and look to get some kind of setup for Lotus. Instead, now it's an offensive run from Dixon. Nason will bring it to the corner where Gengi is waiting, but they've already got set up at midfield waiting. That's the key for Dixon, is they read so well. They know where to set up, and you can see it. The ball gets back to Dixon's side. Who is lying in wait? It's Nason with the demo, too. Now Zoils, one touch. Can't find two.
Lotus, they're going to be able to just take, or Lotus, they're going to be able to take that one off the wall. Nice and easy, but Khan, once again, the Khan artist going to steal away that first goal off the wall. Fantastic work there to Dixon. They keep putting up these first bloods. It's going to be good looks for them.
Good looks indeed. That was a clean 1-0. Now the kickoff is on Havelock. We saw their best work come right after those kickoffs. They were really clean on them. We'll see if they can do it again. Angie will lead it through. It runs into trouble in the form of Dixon. Now Chickadee, Lotus combine. Go on attack. Chickadee can't beat out Nason. Nason gets it through. Midfield, the pass down. Gets knocked up instead and denied from Havelock, but Dixon still stick with it. Khan trying to do it again. Can he do it? Yes! Intercepted.
Nice work there by Lotus. Again, such a great spoiler on both offense and defense. It's just been such a thorn in Dixon's side, and now trying to make it on the offense once again, coast to coast. The follow-up there comes from Chickadee, but not going to be there yet on the offense. That's up. Open goal just so far, but Gengi there to meet it. Right back Dixon's way, but has some boost this time. Uncharacteristic. Bat away once again. Brilliant save from Dixon to keep themselves in this game.
That was a heck of a save indeed. And it feels like this is going to be one of those games where every save, every goal will matter oh so much. Another great one from Dixon. Chickadee will get the bounce off from midfield, but Khan's the one to follow up. The speed not quite there. Had it been faster, that could have turned into a shot for Dixon. And 2-0 with the defense we've seen feels real bad compared to 1-0, but Havelock will take it. Now Khan does get beat out on that 50, but the ball is still going to hang, and Genki, not enough boost to contest with Nason, who gets it through. Now the bounce is good. Watch midfield, watch Khan, too low.
There's a bit of calmness in the waters there, but that was certainly interrupted by Khan flying in at Mach 4 speed. Gonna lose all the boost for that, has to retreat back for some resources, but grants themselves enough time to get a bit more loaded up. But having to expend that once again, Nason and Khan are a bit low on this defensive end. Could be troublesome, but Gengi as well is posting empty tanker. He puts it up, but Gengi's not in a good position to match it. It's cleared right back down the way for Lotus, who gets in the air and is going to try to clear.
They've kept Lotus in check so far, D'Lo. That was what you called for, what you asked for. And so far, it's been done by Dixon, but it still doesn't feel safe. One goal, not saved. Toils from the ceiling. Is there a double there? No, there's not. But is there a backup there? Possibly so. Nason finds it. Dixon looking for another offensive play. But Chickadee still has control, at least for the moment. The fake out to Clotis. The shot will be close. Nason is there. Boost isn't great, though, for Havelock. This is going to be tough. They have to fall back and grab that boost. That's an opportunity that Dixon is not going to leave lying down. They're looking to bring it in. Lotus stalls it out. And back control to Genki. Back to Lotus. Over the head. It's close. No goal.
Good disruption there from Dixon. That's all they needed. Didn't need to necessarily block it outright, just disrupt it a little bit, and Clotis's rhythm has been indeed set off course. But good clear there, pass from Chickadee. This cohesion between these two players has been stellar this time on the defensive end. Now Clotis going to put it up, but who's the follow-up? It's Chickadee! Not going to find it yet. Gengi this time! We're sending back a salvo, but Dixon blocked it all out. They got the Kevlar, not enough! Gengi's got armor-piercing bullets. FMJ, Havelock, put it up 1-1.
Tied 1-1 and 41 seconds left to go here in Game 3. We continue to just have a game between these two teams. They feel strongly matched here. It's qualifiers. What talent from Southeast here in VESL. Who's going to get the better of it? It's going to be a close one. I'm watching Nason, Zoil, and I'm watching, of course, Lotus and Chickeny. And
Oh
it's gonna be
my
Nason
God.
who finds the opening and slams it home. Make it 2-1.
It just feels like Dixon can spawn goals at will almost. At that point, the way they're just effortlessly able to produce that from nowhere, Dixon, it seems like, don't have to work as hard despite the score being so close. Havelock really had to send 3 offensive players in, just complete 4 tires against the wall to ensure they had it. Now Zoil's trying to set up for another one to put the dagger in the heart. Havelock still have a chance.
They do indeed, and I'm sure they're gonna do what they can with that chance. We've seen that time and time again from them, but look at this clock wasting play from Dixon. Even if this shot doesn't go in, it doesn't matter because that's 5 seconds. Now 7 you take it off the clock. Down to 1 and 1 more chance. It's denied again. Gangi not going to be able to find it. Chickeny with the tap up. Lotus 2. Bakan takes back control, and that shot could be the one. No, still alive for Havelock, but Zoil will end it up. Dixon, take it. Match point time.
This is close. This is closer than close because Havelock, on the defensive end, they've been doing a fantastic job, stellar job. Lotus on both ends has been doing fantastic. See those 2 saves. It's been great. Gangi and Chickeny there. Only a bit more weight offensively this time and maybe exchange for a bit less on the defensive end. But hey, can't complain when the results are showing so stellarly. They just need to find a couple more good looks because like we said before, it seems that in terms of mileage, in terms of boost spent, time spent, amount of shots that you need for one to actually go in, Havelock's ratio is just a bit worse for wear than Dixon's.
You've got to clean it up. You have no more second chances. This game number 4. If you can't clean it up, you're donezo. And Dixon will take this one. But Dilo. But if you can figure it out, if you can force a game 5, that confidence, that momentum, it does swing to your side. And we have seen what Havelock can do with momentum and with some confidence. Now the shot. Close. Gangi. A soft tap up. Oh man, it's close. Gangi can't follow it through. How close can Havelock get but still be denied? Lotus down from the ceiling, and that's denied too. Dixon, that defense is immaculate.
I don't know how many saves just got added to the ledgers of the Dixon team, but you have to imagine they're boasting some pretty high score tallies right now. Fantastic work on their side, and fantastic work from Havelock. That shows what Gangi's capable of when they're on the other side of the pitch with in pocket. Now Zoil's in that same position there, but going to be beat out there by this guy, moves it back down. Khan on the ground approach, stopped by Gangi, but gets the demo for takeaway. Lotus is out.
And Nason slams it on in. Welcome to the jam. Dixon up 1-0, 4 minutes on the clock.
It's been happening every single time. Dixon keeps getting first blood, keeps getting first advantage, and Havelock are constantly in a position where they're playing from behind. It can't feel good, especially when you're on your set point here. So hopefully Havelock going to keep their mentals on lock. Chickeny beats out the 50, but Zoil's going to try to meet them on the back end. A lot of force there from Gangi, but here comes Lotus.
I like the prop up, but Khan is able to get in between. Doyles meets it at midfield. Now Dixon on another run. Doyles will bring it down in front of the net and watch for Nason, who's there. It does get denied from Havelock, but the play was there. Chickeny will look to create a new one for Havelock. Does follow up with the bounce, but Gangi is there first. But you've got a lot committed, which means your net's open. Chickeny reads that, tries to go back. Actually turns for the shot. It was a mistake. It left the net open, and Dixon take advantage.
Left the net open and also low boost. You see it right there on the chart, 0-0-19. You only just got a bit more when the ball was already sailing its way into that goal. Dixon put themselves up 2-0, a differential that we are very, very scared of here with a team so capable of defense as is Dixon. Now Lotus takes to the sky as they belong in. That's their domain. Some fancy feet, but unfortunately maybe a bit too fancy for your own good.
Yeah, it got tap shoes on the 4 wheels for Havelock, but unfortunately no goal to show for it to make all that dancing work. Mom paid so much money for the dance.
Rough.
Havelock looking for another, but Zoils is there to get control. Gangi looking for a read. Can't get it over the head, though, of the defender of Dixon, and they're on for it again. Mason, too high.
Too high indeed. Chickeny going to be trying to approach with full boost in the tanker with Lotus on the right side. Just going to go for the straightforward approach. Lotus follows it up, and it was sorely needed 1 goal there for Havelock, Dixon's 2.
That's what Havelock has felt so good at. Quick, fast breaks where you've got a window of opportunity that is seemingly too slim to fit through, and you do it anyway. When Havelock can play that game, that's when they look their best. But the problem is Dixon has been able to get so aggressive that the plays are more wide open. They require a bit more commitment than that, and that's where Havelock has had a tough time finding their strengths and finding their ways to make that work.
Yeah, it's just about the fact of committal is a scary thing when you're down 1, and Havelock might need to put a bit more in the cookie jar here in terms of their offensive, draw out maybe more players, because when you had that 2 pair between Lotus and Chickeny, that's where you found your success. But at the same time, it's risky. Should they block it out? Indeed, we're going to see that Khan sails in from midfield, but not going to find anything but air here. Now on the offense, meet the rest of the team. It's a good look, but a better block.
Yeah, Dixon keeping on with that great defense and looking now to seal the deal, but you got to get through the shooter for Havelock, who ties it up. Lotus does it again.
Just beautiful work there. Beats out anyone who challenges you, air, land, or sea, but mostly those first 2. Fantastic work there to Colotus to even it up.
Where do we go from here? It's the question on kickoffs. Havelock looked really great, as you can see from Gangi, the prop up. But once that kickoff is over and we're back into the thick of things, that's where Dixon seems to shine, which you now see with Nason driving it through. The pass will be up and close. Does get sent back away. Zoils will be committed to the blue side. We'll see if Khan can get a pass down there. That is actually going to be the case. It'll come up from on top. We'll see if Zoils or Nason can make a shot work from it. No, they can't. Instead, Havelock with a look, but Zoils denies it. Now gets it close. On the land down, Nason with the shot. Save.
Colotus with his defense has been so stellar. Chickeny as well did a great job trying to set up something on the offensive end, but it was just stopped too early by Nason before it could even get going. Maybe seeing a demo here, but no, didn't quite have the speed for that. Colotus in the sky, going to meet the opposing forces of Zoils, but Chickeny going to do the exact same thing, spinning like the majestic bird they always wanted to be. Zoils, though, looking for the shot. Was on the crossbar. Not going to be good.
Oh, but there was a close shot from Khan. That was denied as well. We are still tied up here in game number 4. Havelock just trying to get the ball onto the orange side. They do that, but not for long until Nason gets it back. But now Chickeny with the shot. It's slightly off the mark, and that was needed from Havelock. You see the rush back now for the defense. Lotus does get it back. Gets it over the head of 1. Still has another to go. There'll be a readjust as well. Gets it through. It's denied. Dangles in front. Genki gets it.
Beautiful coordination there. Again, if you don't have the shot from 1, make sure there's someone in position on the offensive rotation to follow it up and tap it in. That's all you need. A small love tap there from Gangi seals the lead. The 3rd goal for Havelock. All they need to do now is stall out these last 10 seconds.
And maybe add some insurance, but that's intercepted. Now Nason, 5 seconds, but doesn't go up to contest. Leaves that for the rest of Dixon. Maybe that was a mistake because now Havelock just looked to plant it. They're able to do it. And that's a game 5.
Beautiful work. I'm going to say it again. Havelock found the resolve where they needed to. It again came from, this time, tight coordination. We saw it twice. Chickeny and Colotus took up the offensive lines. Chickeny had that initial shot, and then Colotus followed it up. And this time it was Gangi with that follow-up that was so crucial for Havelock to gain that end. At the end of the day, friendship is truly what wins the day.
Yeah, you said that perfect. Friendship can win the day. And friendship made that game work from Havelock. And for Dixon, their opportunities were plentiful. But we're back to the same problem we saw earlier. They kind of lost a lot of that control they had found over Colotus.
And now the question is, what adjustments do we make on the side of Dixon? It feels like they've been doing a pretty good job on the defensive end, but is it the offensive that's really the issue here? I don't know. Maybe we need to look for a bit more aggression. Haven't seen those demos quite as often as we saw in those first couple games. That might just be where we are seeing an issue. A lack of aggression, a lack of bloodlust.
Maybe the bloodlust is what's needed. Maybe the eyes on target constantly is what's required for these two teams, for somebody to get the better, but somebody has to win now in Game 5. We're 30 seconds in and no goal, shockingly, but with Dixon on offense, we'll see how long that lasts. They do get the prop up. The Chickeny will be the one to meet it. Gets it over the head of one defender. It has backup. Lotus, no boost, but a dream. Is a dream good enough? Yes, it is. Havelock on the board first.
Beautiful. Again, beautiful. Look at this coordination between Chickeny and Colotus there. And the beautiful angling as well off of that back boost. Just such brilliant coordination, such great precision. Knew exactly where you wanted to put the ball and knew how to get it done. Execution, planning, it's all there for Havelock.
That lead for Havelock could be huge if they can hold on to it. If they can find quick insurance. Dixon will continue to take shots like that, like this. Bang! Zoils ties it up. See how little it lasts? That's why insurance is going to be required to get the advantage in this Game 5.
Geico can save you 50% in car insurance, but they don't even need that. They need 1 minute here to get. They need like 10 seconds. Dixon can, like we said before, they produce goals seemingly out of nowhere. It's their passive ability as a team that if they take a 1-0 loss, then they are going to instantly recuperate that loss and make it a tie game. And now, big demos here. Lotus is out, and Nathan's ball is in. Makes it 2-1 for Dixon.
The concerning thing, D-Lo, Havelock has looked the best, to me at least, on kickoffs. This is kind of becoming Dixon's game with kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, now the offensive from them is just looking so stellar. Havelock comes sailing in. Colotus was out from that defensive play. That brilliant demo there from Dixon. Seems that they've restored their bloodlust and their hunger for goals in tow as well. Havelock need to find a way to respond with a few fancier movements, or there be from some demos of their own, so to speak, to the sky where they cannot be destroyed, at least hopefully. And now going to try to move it on in this corner.
Will Havelock take away what Dixon has been so good at? Will the longer, drawn-out engagements be Havelock's thing? Dixon want to say no to prop up from Khan. But Zoils wasn't in a great spot, a bit too close towards that third line. But recovered. Not in time. Havelock now on offense. Genki low and boost. Same for Lotus. They've got nothing to work with, and it's showing. But now they've got Chickeny. He gets it high up. Looking to set up for Genki, who's readjusting the midfield already. Will the full commit from Havelock pay off? It kind of has to, or Dixon will be able to bring it on back. Denied still. One down. And oh, the shot was there. But it is denied by Dixon, holding on to that 2-1 lead, and Nason looking to draw it out.
You see Nathan just holding down the jump button just to respond to the pressure that Havelock were putting onto that wall, and gonna respond with just bursting Genki into parts. Fantastic work here. These demos are really crucial now. Dixon is responding appropriately to Havelock's ability with their coordination. You can't coordinate if your teammate's dead. So Dixon are gonna keep that up, but this could be troublesome. Brilliant block there to keep themselves up.
It works for now. Can it work again? Havelock with another. They can't find that one. Here it goes again. Zoils backs up, though, and is able to get control of it. Chickeny will try to bring it through. Is it a pass? Maybe Havelock didn't know. A bit of a stumble there, and that affects the goal and turns into a shot from Dixon. That's not good. Khan again from the ceiling. It's picked up by Kilotis. Overhead of one to Nason, who takes their own shot. It's no good to the corner, but no boost to contest Genki.
Ooh, drives Genki way off course there, and a bit of floundering is going to cost them some momentum and some time. Khan's going to try to move it back their way, but not going to win that 50-50. Zoils need it in the sky, going to succeed to that endeavor. Now in the corner, Clotis facing. Khan's on the ground trying to wait their fray. Maybe lingering in the air. Someone needs to follow it up. It might be Chickeny, it might be Clotis. Cleared there for Havelock.
That was a dangerous play from Havelock. Can it pay off? Genki underneath it. It was a fake, but look how far back the rest of Havelock are. Now Genki has been brought down, and Dixon are still holding on to that 1-goal lead. And with all the time being wasted, it almost feels like Havelock are forgetting the rush. The chance there falls apart.
50 seconds now on the clock. You can't forget that you're on a clock right now. It is everything up to you. There is no more games left to be played here. It is just what's in front of us right now. Nathan sees the ball in front of them and is going to block it accordingly. Zoils picks it up and moves it down the wall. A very
Soils!
close call there. This could be another one. Chickeny saves it.
It is denied, and now to Gengi. Down to Chilotis, but it gets picked up by Dixon. They're going to try to hold on, but they got more shots coming through. Khan, low and boost, still gets it past. Can't be intercepted. Can't be denied quite yet. Chilotis will hold in front. Use the boost. Soils, it's in! Dixon made it just lock this game down.
That was so pivotal. Colotis didn't have enough boost to do much more than that unfortunate weak hop there. They did everything they could, but it just wasn't good enough with the resources at their disposal. 13 seconds left. It's not impossible, but it's certainly improbable. You're going to try to fall from a wall here. Let's see if you can spawn a goal from nowhere. Pull it out of your magic hat. But instead, it's just going to be a bit of disappointment there that splatters against the wall. Nason puts up one last shot to goal. Not going to be in, but it is going to be Dixon winning the set.
You said it best. They had one more look, D'Lo, and that one more look didn't work out, and Dixon will take this one home. One of the hardest fought victories, actually the hardest fought victory we saw today on Southeast, but it was a good one at that. Certainly Havelock, the shooters were out, but Dixon, the defense, combined with the presence and the awareness, was a bit too much to deal with.
Indeed, at the end of the day, Havelock put up fantastic effort there. I really hope they're proud of the synergy they managed to build on, and I'm sure they're going to continue using that as a foundation, reviewing that game tape just for added synergy, added bonuses to their amazing play. Offensively, defensively, that's a team to behold.
A team to behold is the perfect way of describing what we just saw from Dixon. That was clean to a T. I mean, that... There's so many things I want to say about Dixon's gameplay there, but there isn't enough time in the world to describe it. But same thing for Havelock. Every team we saw tonight, every game we saw tonight, we had great words for both teams, and that's for a really good reason, D'Lo.
Absolutely. Want to give a huge shout out to all the players that participated, whether or not you're on the losing end of it, the winning end of it. Hopefully they take those W's and L's as they come and learn from them, because that's what the game's all about, and I hope they had fun as well. I certainly did.
Yeah, the fun is always key, right, D'Lo? But certainly was fun tonight here on Southeast. And for VESL, GG. My name is Anthony Melm, joined tonight by D'Lo. Big thanks to Dappersaurus for doing fantastic on production. Thank you to the players for giving us such great games to commentate over. Be safe, have a great one, and hope you get some good love and good rest this weekend.